Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a catch up. If you saw my last video, you saw me kind of starting to set this up. Basically, I'm using it like a journaling pouch. So when I'm doing more decorative journaling, I can just go straight into this. I'm going to do a little flip through of this to show you my progress of my setup for this. I need to switch out a notebook in here, so I will show you my process with that. And then also I've had a bit of a craft thing with the Love and Trip notebooks, so I'll show you that as well. Let's start off with here. I have got this lovely brown standard sized Traveller's Notebook cover. This is pretty good. I've not really used this a standard size before. I'm not using this for journaling. This is my Passport is still my one and only journal, but this is more just kind of, instead of having pencil cases and little packets and washi tape bits and bobs and sticker books all over the shop, when I want to kind of go and do a bit more of a decorative journal entry in here, or like a collage or something, I just thought I'd have everything in the one spot. I'll show you what I've done. So I've got just some spare alphabet stickers there. So I have got in here now 2 of the zippy wallets, a card sleeve, a card holder insert, and then 2 sticker release books. And then in the back of the second sticker release book, I have put one of the corner pockets. I'll leave down in the description what the full number and names of all of these inserts is, but this is working out quite well. I mean, I had this one just already on standby. I had bought this a couple of years ago when I was still in personal size, and I liked the leather of the Traveller's Notebook covers more than the personal size leather cover that I had got from AliExpress, and my plan was to actually cut this down to personal size. I never got round to that because then I ended up moving into Passport size, which I've been in ever since, and I'm very happy with that. Couldn't really bring myself to get rid of it. I just really love this cover, so it's just been sitting there with no use really. So I'm really happy that I've actually found a use for it now, and it's been going really well. So I just kind of, if I want to go and sit like on the couch or at the dining table or in a cafe, I can take this with me and this, and then in the inserts, what I've got is just some random little sticker sheets and bits that I have kind of cut out from magazines for collaging. I think I will try and do a bit more of that. I'm going to try and use maybe the zippy pouches specifically for collage elements. Watch this space for that. That's going to be a bit of a work in progress. In this one, you'll see some of the bits from the Love and Trip release, which was quite recent. I will show you what I've done with them. That kind of is one of the DIY things I wanted to talk to you about. So I'll come back to this. Now, I don't have anything in these at the moment. I think my plan is that I will put washi tape cards in here because I do like decorating with washi tape. And then I've got my sticker books. So you can see I have added more to this. I'm going to add some more of the Love and Trip stickers on here because I do have more of those. And then I've got a blank sticker release book because I want this to be a system which has space to grow within this specific, within these dimensions. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. It's been really useful. It has actually been very kind of user friendly. And I like that this is just for this one purpose. It's not like it's an extra notebook. It is just more of a kind of journaling pouch. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about with this one. I think what I will do is I will go into my next one, which is these. So this is the Love and Trip Passport sized notebook from their recent release. I got a couple of these. I'm using one currently in my journal. Inside you've got the notebook, which is the Midori paper, and then you have these like memo cards, and then there's a couple more different ones in the back. Now I really like these. I like the designs, and I felt like I had a use for them, not as note cards. So what I did was, so I've, like I said, I've got one of the insets in here at the moment. That's what I'm actually using for my journal at the moment. And you can see I've taken those cards out. And then I split the cards. So by that, I mean, I took the cards out individually and then I kind of like, you know, when you kind of roll like cardboard and you can peel it apart, I did that. What that means is I have got these, I guess, as kind of like little ephemera pieces now. So I can stick these into my journaling spreads. They're a lot thinner. It's not the thick card. These ones, which I really love, I am actually going to use as book labels on the front of my notebooks. And then these ones again, like book labels. This one I think I'm probably going to put into my new notebook that I'm going to put in there today, my To Be Read list, which is actually quite long. I think I'm just going to pick a couple off there and really just focus on getting through those. And I'm going to use this one as my little To Be Read list. So I'll put these in here and I will show you something else that I have done with those. So I made myself a couple of passport size notebooks with Midori paper. I tried something a little bit different because when I make my notebooks, I tend to put the book cloth on the spine and I tend to have it a bit bigger, like a bit thicker. So I usually cut it at 3 centimeters across here. So you end up with like 1.5 roughly centimeters on either side. For these ones, I decided to go with 2 centimeters. And I actually really like the thinner book cloth. So I think that might be a way that I'm going to move forward with my notebooks in future. You'll see on this one here, you can see where it is actually slightly thicker, and that is with the 3 centimeters. So that's it there. Now with these guys, I really wanted to go with the kind of the blue and red theme of the really lovely note cards that come in the notebook. And I picked out 2. You can see with this one, I think when I split it, this is one of the first ones that I split and I wasn't that careful with it. So it did get a little bit thinner in spots. So you can see the blue through. That could be fixed by sticking it to maybe some Tomoe River paper or something first, just so it's got that extra layer. I actually don't mind this. The blue cardstock that I've used, it actually kind of wears quite quickly through to the white base, which is really nice. It's going to end up looking, I guess, a bit like denim. I quite like that. But I don't mind that at all. I actually quite like it. And this one is my favourite. I really love the placement of this. And you can see there's the darker blue, which then is picked up again in the darker blue of the book cloth on the spine. Inside, I have just put some Midori paper. And I've colour matched the thread for the binding. So I really like these. I think they're really fun. I'm not actually going straight into using one of these. The notebook that I'm changing out is actually more like my kind of like scratch notes notebook. It's not my journal, and I wanted to use the Midori paper more for my journal. I'm just going to have a grid notebook in for my notes. So that's those guys. Really love them. Actually, the blue card that I used, I couldn't find like a nice blue cardstock, like a dark blue cardstock at my local Officeworks, which was all I had to hand. So I actually just ended up buying one of these document folders and using the card from that to make one of these. So very good, very cheap alternative. Very happy with that. So moving on, I am going to change out my notebook. So if you are not familiar with my system and how I kind of set it up, I have got a 3 notebook system. So I've got the first notebook here, which is housed in this Travelers Company cloth wallet, which I've sewn on a Superior Labour patch. The first one is my notes. I'm going to swap that one out for a new one. Next up in my lineup is my journal. I'm using the Love and Trip one at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying being back on just plain paper. I kind of went off and was doing a lot of grid And then I had a brief sojourn into lined this year, but now I'm quite happy being back on plain paper, which was always kind of my comfort zone. So really liking this. And then the last one in here is my planner. Now this is something that I made myself with an online printable. It has got cream Tomoe River paper in here. That's how I've been able to fit a whole year's worth of planner in here. And it's 52 GSM, nice and lightweight. And I've just got the week down one side and then this side for notes. I do little decorations on this page as well, usually. But yeah, it's been working really well and I'm really happy with that. I'm going to just change out this guy. Off it goes to the archive. I've now been in the Passport Size Travelers notebook for over 18 months, so a year and a half. I'm really happy, can't see myself changing systems. So my archive is looking pretty good actually. It's looking very satisfying because there's lots of the same book in there. Now I am going to stick on, what will it stick on? Yeah, I'm going to just stick on one of these. There we go. Notes. Don't mind that it's a bit wonky. Doesn't bother me. And in there we've just got some grid paper. Now what I will do in here is I'll go through this notebook and I will pick out anything that's relevant from the list that I have in there of things to do or things that I like to do, and or any relevant information that I still need going forward. There's really not going to be that much. I tend to tick things off quite quickly, so I'll transfer that stuff over to there today. I do like these colours. I like that they match, so that's really nice. Now you'll notice I am on a different desk. I've got a new desk for the new space, which is much bigger. I love it. I hope it looks good on camera, but I'm very happy with it. I'm sitting right in front of a window just across from me, so I'm sure I look mad to any neighbours that happen to be going past. That's fine. So that was quite a quick tour, a quick update, a quick little chatty catch up. Trying to make sure that now that I'm more settled into my new space, that I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. So keep an eye out for those. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!